if someone was in a polygamous marriage, right? Let's say it was a guy and he already accumulated 10 wives for himself. And this was before he was a Christian. And then he came to Christ and he felt convicted personally. Like, it wasn't a case where someone told him, you can't stay in this marriage, but he himself felt convicted about having 10 wives. What does he do? Because he's got children with them. He's already made commitment to all of these wives. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's tricky because I think at one part, I'd probably hear a lot of Christians say, divorce all of them. But because he's made a commitment to all of them, I don't know if that's the case. So maybe it's a case where he doesn't sleep with all of them or only his first. Like, I don't know.
Well, a lot of Christians have debated this.
Really?
And yeah, this specific point that you're talking about it's a point that I've heard debates on a lot. But I think I've also heard that a lot of missionaries that go to places like this is actually what their first-hand experience. And a lot of the time they say they wrestle with it a lot. Because in your case, you're saying that the guy is at least convicted. In a lot of their cases, they do come to Christ, but there isn't necessarily a conviction to put away the wives. So the people that are missionaries will go to these kind of places and they'll be like, what do we do? What do we advise? Because, and I guess an evangelical Christian belief on this point is that the husband should keep his first wife and divorce the rest, but you still have an obligation to take care of that wife and children and the children. That's typically like very popular advice that would be given.
Okay. Yeah, because you can't just leave the children to like, you know.
Yeah, because they all rely on that person.
Yeah.
They are all relying on that man because the man is probably the one that's working. And remember, in these cultural contexts, it's not like the West. A lot of the women are probably not working.
Yeah.
And more likely, the only people that really can practice polygamy are rich people. And even in scriptural times, that was the case. Like, it was only really the kings that were practicing polygamy because they had the funds to be able to do their polygamy. The average person wasn't even doing polygamy like that because you needed a lot of money to fund it. Because it's a lot if you have a lot of wives. So to answer your question, it's difficult. Because you even have to factor in the wives that man will now divorce. They didn't sign up for that. But
Yeah, I mean...
but at the end of the day, I think a lot of I think that advice is good. It's like you want to honor God and there is a conviction there. Divorce all the rest, keep with the first one, but you have an obligation and a responsibility to provide for everyone because you gave them a promise and you have kids. Like, you need to provide and be responsible for them now. But it is a tricky scenario